Turning them things for serve.
What's good, Super Right Gang? It's your boy Sue, and yes, we're back with another video, y'all. Listen, Perfect Cell versus Cosmic Fair Garou, or I call him Universal Garou because he look like a universe, right? So listen, this video is by Zeri-chan. I'm not, bro. If I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, I do apologize for that. But we gotta talk about this. This is my 2 cents before we jump into the video, right? For the last couple of years, we've been talking about, okay, can Saitama one-shot Goku? I personally think that he cannot. I don't think he's strong enough, nor does he have the feet to do it. Is his skill set, entirely there for him to, to beat him? That question, I don't know. I can't really answer that. I'm not gonna even make assumptions of what could actually happen because we don't have the evidence for it. So it was up to my belief that Cell could theoretically, I'm not gonna say stomp Saitama, but he could beat him. He's not gonna one-shot him, but he could beat him. Saitama doesn't really have powers. He has the basics. He has super strength, super speed, and durability. His defense is really freaking high, right? So that's what he has going for him when you break it down. He has no skill set really. He doesn't have ki. He doesn't have the ability to fly. He doesn't have a lot of things. So when you compare that to somebody like a Garou, theoretically, Garou should have beaten Saitama off his skills. So if we're just using hacks and abilities, his hacks and abilities didn't really work on Saitama because Saitama is still a lot stronger than Garou, clearly, right? And there was this one screenshot. I'm gonna post it in the video somewhere, so hopefully, that person sees it and checks out the video. Of course, I'm gonna tag Zeri-chan on it. We could discuss more about it because I'm actually interested in this fight right here because it's actually interesting. It's not a Goku this, Goku that. I'm tired of Kakarot versus people, bro. It gets stale and boring. So let's check it out.
Hey everyone, it's your boy Zeph here. And today
Zeph.
I'm doing a video covering Garou versus Cell. Now, this video, I'm going to be doing each form of Cell versus each viable form of Garou. The reason why I'm doing this is because I figured it'd be a better video to just go over each form and talk about them a little bit, as well as verse them all versus each other, just to get a detailed explanation on who will win in each encounter. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm only going to be using monster forms with Garou
What the fuck?
after his awakening and perfection of his fist, because anything weaker isn't even worth talking about. I'm also going to be using anything reasonable in terms of calcs, although I do want this video to be enjoyable for even a more casual audience. So I'll try to use less calcs in this video. Let me know if you guys enjoy that over the more math-centric videos. But let's get right into Imperfect and Semi-Perfect Cell versus Perfected Fist Monster Garou. In the Dragon Ball Z series, Imperfect and Semi-Perfect Cell are two forms of the bio-android villain known as Cell. Imperfect Cell is the initial form that Cell takes after absorbing the energy and DNA of numerous humans and creatures. In this form, Cell possesses enhanced strength, speed, and durability, along with the ability to regenerate from almost any injury. Imperfect Cell also has the power to extend his limbs and shapeshift, allowing him to morph into various forms and sizes. Additionally, he can absorb other beings through his tail, gaining not only their energy, but also their abilities and knowledge. In his base form, he has access to moves from the Z Fighters, including Special Beam Cannon and Kamehameha.
Theoretically, if Cell was to ever train, right, he could get the same forms that Goku and Frieza. He could get all their forms and all their new techniques if he trained, right? He has their DNA.
He also has the same battle prowess of the Saiyans and battle intellect of King Cold and Piccolo, making him no pushover in hand-to-hand battle. As Cell progresses to a semi-perfect form, he undergoes further transformations and enhancements. In this form, he becomes even more powerful, with a significant increase in speed, strength, and ki control. Semi-perfect Cell retains his shape-shifting abilities and can still regenerate, but to a greater extent than before. his tail becomes even more dangerous, enabling him to absorb not only energy from humans and other beings, but also specifically the other androids, such as androids 17 and 18. By absorbing others, Cell becomes closer to achieving his ultimate form and unlocking even greater power. Regardless of the form, Cell is above any of the previous villains the Z Fighters faced at the time.
Yeah.
Meaning the star-level Frieza and the extremely powerful androids would stand no chance against even imperfect Cell. This would put his AP and similarly his durability at least star to large star level in imperfect to semi-perfect form. His speed is also extremely impressive, boasting massively faster than light in combat speed in order to keep up with the combi buffed Piccolo and Android 17. Overall, both imperfect and semi-perfect Cell are formidable adversaries, possessing superhuman abilities, the capacity to regenerate from near-fatal wounds, and the capability to absorb and assimilate other beings to enhance his powers.
No, I can't wait till he gets to like the Garou portion to see how fast he would actually be. Because I looked at the comments before I even looked at the video just to see how people would rate like the fight. So I actually want to hear what he gotta say on that.
They serve as a major antagonist in the Dragon Ball Z series, so let's see what happens when we put him up against Garou. Post-Sage Centipede Garou, or Perfected Fist Garou, is the peak of all the Garou's monster forms before attaining God power. I will combine any other transformations and abilities into this form due to any other transformations being power-ups from this one to begin with. Perfected Fist Garou, or Monster Garou as we'll call it for short, has some things in common with Cell's forms. Garou has regeneration, reactive evolution, and flight. Most importantly, he has enhanced senses and combat aptitude, giving him the category of combat genius just like Cell. Where things get different are the individual powers that allow this much weaker Garou to stand a chance in a fight with Cell's weaker forms. With Awakened Fist, Garou gains mastery over all his previous martial arts, allowing him to negate durability and even project energy blasts from his hands.
Yeah, like to be honest, all of this sounds cool, but like when you mention all of this, and then his opponent is somebody like a Saitama who is barely phased by any of his attacks. Cause I was reading the manga, I was reacting to the manga on the channel, right? So I'm looking at him like, bro, this man took everything that Garou threw at him. Literally everything he threw at him, right? So I'm like, what would be the difference if he fought somebody like Cell? Right, his skill set is cool. Like I love Garou's skill set. It's like unique. It's different, but I don't know if he like Cell has multiple people's DNA pulse. Like he has Goku, Vegeta, Gohans. He has Gohans. That raid boost would go crazy. Gohan, Frieza, King Cole. Like he has a lot of people's DNA that could, like, as we see them right now, he could potentially get the same power boost infinite times over, right? If Cell was in Super, he'll be such a problem for everybody because he could just theoretically combine everything, all the power-ups that a Gohan, a Goku, a Vegeta, a Frieza, King Cole would have today, he could get just by training. So it's like, and mind you, he doesn't really use his hacks, but imagine if Cell used his hacks. Like, oh, he's seeing Garou as a threat, he's going to try to absorb him. I don't know if he can negate absorption because nobody he's fought had absorption powers, so I'm not entirely sure how that would work. But even if he kills, if Garou destroyed Cell's body, he could regenerate and somehow gain access to his powers or something like that.
Ability negation comes into play using two techniques. The Roaring Aura Sky Ripping Fist that attack your internals using shockwaves that cannot be blocked or deflected. The other technique is the Extreme Fajen that directly targets the opponent's organs, bypassing their ability entirely. This can be used in hand.
Hey, Cell don't really got organs. We seen the inside of Cell already. He don't have not a single organ. And again, like the opponent is Saitama. right? And if Garou did use any of that on Saitama, it wasn't going to affect him. So to bypass durability, like, try that on Saitama and see if it works. It won't, but you could try it.
Hand-to-hand combat or projected as an energy attack. Garou can also reflect any offensive damage back at the opponent twofold. People may question if this technique will work against massively stronger opponents, but we've seen Monster Garou perfectly reflect Saitama's strikes back at him, regardless of him being massively stronger than Garou, even while holding back.
Now, here's my thing on that, right? This means that if Saitama had martial arts skills, come on, man. Cell has martial arts skills, so he's made up of martial arts masters and whatnot. So it's like,
he can also instantly learn and copy martial arts styles.
He definitely can,
adding to his already vast arsenal of hand-to-hand combat. Speaking of such, Garou's greatest feat is
Garou's highly skilled.
Extreme fought General Saitama to push him into the earth. In the process, Garou nearly pushes through the entire planet, creating a bulge on the opposite side and disrupting the magnetism of the entire planet. If Saitama hadn't stopped Garou, it's safe to say a hole in the planet is enough to disrupt its GV, effectively making his attack potency at base level large moon to planetary. Most importantly, he keeps his previous FTL speeds, allowing his fight to even be plausible to begin with. In conclusion, regardless of Garou's vast arsenal, it's safe to say Cell would likely win most times, even in his weaker forms. Garou does have a few win conditions, however, like stalling Cell out using his regeneration and attack deflection to continue to increase his speed until...
I mean, even if he does do that, Cell's going to get stronger, right? Like, Garou's not going to know how to kill Cell. He's not going to, like... The only thing I could think of that could probably destroy Cell's body is that attack that he used on Saitama. I forgot what it was. It was nuclear something. What was it called? I was just having a discussion about it too. Where it was on both sides and it created like a gaping hole, and people said that Saitama could destroy multiple or millions of stars and whatnot. I forgot what it was called, but I could see that, but I could see Cell regenerating from that too, or not even really taking damage from it. And I'm a Dragon Ball fan, yes, but I'm the more sense.
So you can land in Extreme Fighting. This is actually a very practical way to win, as Garou is very cunning in battle and even applies his strategy to his fight with a galaxy-level Saitama.
My thing is this. He's going to have to destroy his nucleus. That's the only way. He's going to need an attack that could destroy his nucleus. Being that if, I don't think he has an attack that's going to be able to do that, but...
Cell's one weakness comes from his cockiness due to his same biology. So if Garou takes advantage of that, like he did with the Hero Association, he can win 1 or 2 times out of 10. Either way, Cell's massive difference in his technique, as well as strength and speed, gives him a low diff win most times. Cosmic Fear Garou is a definition of a monster, and this form does keep every ability we mentioned before to help live up to that. Upon his introduction, it's established that even being around him is detrimental to any organic organism due to his immense amounts of cosmic radiation that he's able to release. Anyone in his presence for too long without a resistance or vulnerability to this will simply perish in mere moments.
This can't really affect Cell because he could be around stars. He could be in space. He don't need to breathe in space. He could just be in space. So this won't really affect Cell, but anybody else probably. Or if you like I'm gonna call you Zeri or Zeph. What Zeph said, if you have negation to it, then yeah.
Isn't Garou's biggest hacks, and it wouldn't even be effective versus Cell.
Garou's
main abilities can be broken down into 2 things: replicating natural phenomena and replicating power levels and abilities. Starting with the natural phenomena, Garou explains that he has gained knowledge of all forces and flow of energy in the entire universe.
Mm-hmm.
This would mean he can replicate any natural energy in the universe as well as events surrounding them. This is proven when he creates a gamma ray burst.
That's what it was called, gamma ray burst, right? So, let's see, a Super Kamehameha versus a gamma ray burst. Like, Damn. But he could copy natural energy. So like natural phenomena that happens in space. He could copy that. I'm not sure if he could copy like attacks, like how, because people thought at one time that he could copy Ultra Instinct, and I'm like, that's not something natural to the universe. Or like, how would we know it will work the same way in the One Punch Man universe? Because Keith, I'm not sure if One Punch even has ki. They probably don't.
Seemingly pulling energy out of nowhere to do so. He can also create black holes of varying degrees, meaning that if Garou wanted to, he could recreate events on the scale of dying stars, planet-sized black holes, or maybe even a Big Bang. This gives
I don't know about the Big Bang. That's kind of a stretch. We're assuming that he could do that. If he wanted to kill Saitama, he probably should have done that level of force. Then we'll understand what type, like how to scale Saitama if he survived a Big Bang attack. Not Vegeta though. But if he survived the power of a Big Bang.
Garou and the tech potency of around large star level based on the gamma ray burst. But if he uses complete mastery of energy to the maximum, it's likely that he could be solar system level and even universal by recreating certain celestial events via attacks. His speed and durability.
Wait, hold on, let's read that back.
By recreating.
Okay. They did the latest one of One Punch Man. Garou despairs in front of the overwhelming power of Saitama. What whispers to such a Gallo who has gained the power to shake the universe, attacks the hero for ambition. Please check it out. Okay. Right? Now, we got on Goku's side because he was able to shake a universe by screaming. Garou, he didn't shake a universe though. Like the physical action of him doing that is kind of different. I would have easily put Garou in universe tier if he was able to do something like that. And if Saitama no-diffed a universal opponent, I would have said, okay, now we know where Saitama stands. I think Garou is more like probably solar system. Yeah. Because he can't one-shot an entire universe. He can't do that. If he could, he would have. He copied a gamma ray burst thing. He copied that and he did it. And that within itself kind of like destroyed a few million stars, but we're assuming that he did. I personally think he didn't because they didn't specify and they didn't go into it. So
in certain celestial events via attacks. His speed and durability are nothing to scoff at either. Even before gaining God's powers, he was able to create massive light constellations during his battle with Platinum S and Flashy Flash, which at a low ball was 4 times faster than light. After gaining God's powers, he can keep up with Blast, who previously speed blazed Flashy Flash, surpassing his speed to an unknown yet large degree. This would put Cosmic Fear Garou at massively faster than light speeds, which is proven on the fight on IO. I'll show some screenshots and calcs on screen here just to prove that. I'm not going to go too in-depth since I've done it in multiple videos in the past. His main addition to his arsenal alongside his universal mastery of energy is his ability to copy stats, abilities, and powers. This is giving this form of Garou access to Blast and Saitama's moveset, even if he isn't copying their stats, which is evidenced by him using Blast moves even when not in a Blast mode. This means in this hypothetical battle, he would have access to the Gravity Knuckle, Hyperspace Gates, Normal Punch, consecutive normal punches, and of course the Serious Punch. What makes this a viable option against Cell is that Garou can copy powers in an instant. He does this faster than Blast can react, as well as Saitama, who was easily massively faster than Light during their fight on Jupiter. You have to also keep in mind that the attack that Blast reacted to, the Serious Punch squared, its energy moved billions of times faster than light in order to evaporate those stars, as well as push Garou and Saitama to the moon of Io at that speed. There's a bunch of calcs on this, and I'll show one on screen, of course. Via this, he can also become as powerful as his opponent while gaining their moves. He can also still utilize his own, stacking their attacks on one another to create even more powerful movesets. We see when Garou copies Saitama's power and hits him with a punch, he's still able to create nuclear fission like before. He also can stack Blast Gravity Knuckle with his own nuclear fission fist. This means that Garou can simply copy the powers of those stronger than him to attain their strength and continue to grow and get stronger from there to overwhelm them with their own abilities.
But as we've seen with Saitama, that means that your growth in power has to skyrocket it to a point where he can't catch up to your strength. Oh, that's actually interesting. Wow.
Or large jumps in power, as Garou copies Saitama's serious mode with no problem. Perfect Cell and Super Perfect Cell, the final and most powerful forms of Cell in Dragon Ball Z, possess a range of extraordinary abilities and powers. In this form, Cell showcases immense speed, strength, and ki control, even greater than before. Multiple guidebooks and sources confirm that he's a threat not only to the Earth, but the entire solar system. Moreover, Perfect Cell retains his shape-shifting abilities, allowing him to alter his physical form and size at will, and gains telekinesis, likely from Frieza's race. On top of this, he can produce offspring of himself that are quite formidable on their own, being on par with his Z-Fighters, who at this point should all be around large planet to even small star level at their weakest. This allows him to adapt to different situations, making it challenging for opponents to anticipate his moves while combating a bunch of himself all at once. Additionally, Cell possesses incredible regenerative powers, like we mentioned before, which allow him to heal from almost any injury at an accelerated rate, while also learning and adapting during battle at a remarkably fast rate. This makes him nearly invincible, as he can quickly recover from severe damage during battle and learn what to do in the next instance to counter anything else. Super Perfect Cell is an enhanced version of Cell that emerges after he self-destructs, and then regenerates from a single surviving cell in his core. What's more, in this form, he's even stronger than his previous self, threatening multiple large star-based nebulae, making him either multi-solar system to multi-galaxy with weight. There's some people who can get him to universal using guidebook statements in the Daizenshu excerpts, and if you'd like to use that in this...
We know that he ain't universal. He has no universal feats. We know that Super Perfect Cell, not universal, because that means that he'll be stronger than Kid Buu, Super Buu, Vegito. Probably not Vegito, no. But he'll be stronger than almost every single Buu, besides Kid Buu and... Actually, all the Buus. He'll be stronger than all of them, but, no.
This video, or for your own versus battle sakes, feel free to apply it for Cell, who could possibly win in this matchup between two incredibly strong and versatile fighters.
Oh, this is hard.
For this matchup, it comes down to Garou. Garou can be given the same scaling in his base before copying stats, and even if we don't use outside statements and statements from Garou, his main win condition is hard to counter. He would sense Cell's power and energy and immediately copy his stats if there's a large gap. From there, with this...
How would he sense his power level, sense it, if he doesn't have key sensing? I mean, that's how I see it. Like, he doesn't have key sensing, so how would he sense his power?
Advanced adaptation and vast arsenal of energy-based attacks, he would completely overwhelm and overpower Cell to reduce him to dust.
I don't know if he would do that. I say the fight is a lot closer than what you're saying it is. I feel like here's the thing though. I do have Garou winning, but I have it like high difficulty, extremely high difficulty for somebody like, because again, Cell could get massively stronger, right? He could definitely get stronger, and then he can't absorb you, right? So that's how I say. I don't think he's going to overwhelm him. I think if you destroy him, right, he's going to come back. But if you hit him with if you destroy his entire body, including his nucleus, it's a wrap. I give it to Garou. But I say Garou wins, but high difficulty. Extremely high difficulty.
Even if Cell gets his Zenkai and gets stronger, Garou can simply just copy his stats again and deflect any of Cell's attacks back at him at double the strength. Detonating himself wouldn't do anything either, as Garou would easily survive or teleport away from this attack, and he could just simply breathe in space after tanking it. Cell would put up an amazing fight, but he has no way of ending the fight if Garou has access to his stats and abilities. It's a complete stomp for Garou.
I don't know about complete stomp, right? Because again, I see it like this, right? We could use like a massively stronger person, and if let's use Broly for example, right? If this Garou fought Broly, Garou is still going to lose. Of the simple fact that Broly could infinitely keep getting stronger the matter he gets, right? And we've seen what happened when Garou fought somebody like that. He tried copying, Saitama, and it didn't really work. He gave up. So I feel like if you put somebody massively stronger and they can keep getting stronger, like somebody like Gohan, he's gonna get stronger. He's gonna rage boost himself to another form. And if you try to copy, he's just gonna keep getting stronger. Like the rate at which you grow, the only way you could beat this Garou is if you keep increasing your power. You keep increasingly getting stronger to the point where he can't, get to you. That's the only way you can win. Because that's how Saitama won. So.
Interesting to say both use their ability to grow mid-fight to get stronger. You could call it a stalemate. If you enjoyed this video or want to see more like it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The start of this felt a little bit disjointed and a little different from what I usually make. Trying out some new things with this, and also, it's my first time back on YouTube in months. And also, I did have ChatGPT help me write this script, so it might be a little weird. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Do you guys agree with this conclusion? Do you think Cell maybe mops the floor with Garou and every
No, I don't think Cell wins, though.
Or do you think Garou was lowballed in this video when his monster forms? It could probably body up Cell and, put him in a coffin. Why don't you leave a comment down below? We'll see.
Hey, I appreciate this video, bro. So I thought it was pretty good. I feel like Garou does win, but high difficulty. Extremely high. But, that's just me. Let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like, subscribe to his channel, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. We're on our way to 30,000 subs. I know I've been going a lot. I do apologize for that, y'all. Trying to get better and whatnot. It's been your boy Sue, and we're out here, y'all. Peace.